This is a different formulation than the one that we are using for the adults. Is using one.
Doctor, before we turn to the world, I do want to talk about that. Let's talk about the United States and a couple of things that are pending right now. One is, people call it mixing and matching. That is with respect to the booster shots, getting a booster shot potentially of a vaccine, which is not your original vaccine. Where are we from what you know about where the FDA is on approving that mixing and matching?
I think they are considering the data. There are data that were presented to them, I think, by NIH, Dr. Fauci's lab. Did the studies. They are very reliable studies, smaller numbers, but very reliable studies. I think they have done all different combinations. For example, us boosting J&J, Moderna boosting J&J, and then J&J and us boosting Moderna, and then J&J and Moderna boosting us. In terms of Moderna, they are using the full dose, not the half dose. And I think they are reviewing the data and they will make their decisions.
So you know the data, you've looked at the data, and I don't want to rush the FDA, I don't want to rush the government, want them to be careful. But from what you've seen, is it pretty clear we should be mixing and matching just to make sure we maximize the boosters across the board?
I think that it's safe to say that boosting, mixing and matching could work, and that could provide flexibility.
The other thing, Dr. Bourla, that people are very concerned about is children. And let's start with 5 to 11-year-olds. That is pending. I know Pfizer has submitted data. When do you expect a decision on that?
I expect pretty soon. Actually, I expect before the end of the month. Why I say that, not because I know how long FDA takes, but I know when they have scheduled their advisory committee. And it is before the end of the month. And typically in all these cases, FDA makes decisions within 3-4 days max of the advisory committee. So I think it's a question of weeks.
So assuming that that's right, doctor, when should parents think that they could actually get their children vaccinated? What's the lag time before we actually can get shots into arms, assuming, again, that it gets approved?
Assuming it gets approved, we will be ready to provide this new formulation. It is a different formulation than the one that we are using for the adults. It's using 1/3 of the mRNA as a dose. And so we have done all the work to manufacture it at scale so that we will be able to provide it almost immediately.